This is Kitty Boytnott of Boytnott Coaching, or Kitty at careermakeover.coachesconsole.com. Hope you're having a great week. My week has been off to a great start, and over the weekend I went to see a movie that got me to thinking about some things that I decided I'd like to share today. So they're the topic of my newsletter for today, and I think I'm going to wind up sharing it on some other social media because I think the takeaways are important, not just for me, but for others to consider as well. The movie that I went to see was Sully, starring Tom Hanks, based on the true events of the January 15th water landing of the jetliner that ended up being a particularly momentous event for New York City and for the people who were on board that airplane. 155 individuals who had boarded the plane, all strangers, some of them were family members to each other, but mostly strangers, all headed towards Charlotte so that they could head off for their various and sundry destinations, and within just a few moments of takeoff, found themselves in an emergency situation and just moments later crash landed into the Hudson River. Miraculously, no one was critically injured and everyone was able to walk away from the incident, including the pilot and the co-pilot. Now, the three takeaways that I took from this particular story were, first, that miracles do happen, because I don't know that that story is anything less than miraculous. And we don't often consider that we see miracles in our own lives, although I would offer that just being able to get up and do our daily lives is a miracle of sorts. The fact that we're here is a miracle. But in that particular case, we were eyewitnesses to a flat-out miracle. That airplane didn't crash into a high-rise in New York City or in New Jersey, that it didn't crash land into the Hudson and dive toward the bottom of the river. The fact that that plane was landed on top of the water, more or less, and floated there long enough for people to evacuate and to be rescued. And we were watching it. You know, those of us who were available to a television set saw it happening live. I remember in particular watching it live from a hotel room where I was out of town attending a business meeting. And it was just remarkable, miraculous. So miracles can happen. That's my first takeaway. The second takeaway is that timing is everything. And in this story, timing became a key element in the investigation that followed after the landing was accomplished and the people were all carried off to their various and sundry destinations and homes. The investigators failed at first to take into account the time that it took the pilot and the co-pilot to fully assess what was happening to them and to make a decision, an important life-saving decision about what course of action they should take. And so timing became critical importance, a key factor in the investigation. And then thirdly, what I took away from this particular story was that human experience can often trump computer models and computer simulations, and that we often depend so much on computers that we discount human experience and expertise because, let's face it, humans are capable of making mistakes. And very often when a landing goes bad, like this particular one did, then it's all too easy to attribute it to pilot error, inexperience of the pilot. In this case, however, the pilot was extremely experienced, 42 years of experience. And all of that experience culminated into his being able to determine exactly what he needed to do in order to land that plane on top of the water. It's a tremendously moving story, and it's inspiring, and it's gripping in its drama. So I offer it as a recommendation for the movie, but also that as you are watching, see what your particular takeaways are. Those were my 3, that miracles can happen, and that I should be on the lookout for them more often, that timing is everything, and that I should and other people should value human experience more than, on occasion at least, computer models and simulations that don't take into account the experience of professionals who have been working their entire lives in a particular industry or profession. So, those were my takeaways. I hope you'll watch the movie and see what yours are, and I'd love it if you would share with me what you took away, what you considered to be the key points in the movie, and let me know. And I always love hearing from you, so I look forward to hearing if you had the same thoughts or different thoughts after you've seen the movie Sully with Tom Hanks. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.